Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we have Psycho Man as a 3-star versus Wolverine in Realm of Legends. And we don't actually get the solo kill because yeah, it would take like 2000 hits, but it is definitely possible even with a 3-star because you have this guy heal blocked all the time and you can apply heal block with your awaken ability and with the special too. So first off, let's talk about his awaken ability. So we have him at Sig 99, and whenever an opponent ability fails to trigger while they're suffering from one of Psycho Man's concussions, they are inflicted with a heal block debuff for 8.5 seconds. And yeah, it increases the seconds, so we have him at Sig 99. It's the most we can get, but 8.5 seconds are actually a lot. So yeah, it's a good heal block. And yeah, I think this guy has one of the greatest heal block abilities in all of the champions. So yeah, then we have another thing in his awaken ability. It says that if they are already heal blocked and have been so far at least 0.5 seconds, they are power locked for 0.1 seconds. So yeah, 5 seconds power lock. It's so good because yeah, you have heal block and then he's power locked all the time, because yeah, heal block is always on him, to be honest. And yeah, 5-second power lock, pretty good. And then a third thing that he has in his awaken ability, it says that whenever the opponent heals while heal blocked or gains power while power locked, Psycho Man gains 20% of a bar of power, scaling up or down with how much health or power they would have gained. So that's why you see we gain a ton of power. He can like trigger 4 regions and we have a heal block. We will go immediately to the SP3. It's so quick. And at Sig 99, max Sig, 20% of the bar of power is so good. Because yeah, if it has 4 regions, it's like, I think it scales up like that. If it has 4, it's 20, it's 80 actually. So yeah, that you can pretty much cycle SP2s all the time. But let's go to the tricky part of his abilities. Or actually first, it says that the potency of Psycho Man's concussions are reduced by 25% flat for each unique buff on the opponent, and it is up to 3. So a little bit bad, but that's okay. And this cannot reduce them below 0. Okay. And the potency of Psycho Man's concussions are increased by 75% flat against mutants. So this is a perfect counter for Wolverine. 75% more concussion potency is so good, so good. But then our combat power rate is decreased by 10%. So it's not too bad. 10% is not that much. He gains so much power, to be honest. But let's go to the tricky part of his kit. So Psycho Man carries a control box with 3 modes. He has hate, fear, and doubt. So you start the fight with hate, and while fighting as an attacker, you can cycle to the next mode if you finish a 5-hit combo with a light attack, or if it strikes into a block. So if you do a 5-hit combo into the block, which you shouldn't do, but if you do it, you should change to the next mode. So it's hate first, then fear, and then doubt. So while fighting as a defender, so if you put him in Alliance War Defense or if you fight him in Cavalier or Uncollected, he cycles to the next mode whenever the opponent feels a bar of power. So yeah, it's pretty good if you don't want like concussion on you and stuff, but you have to learn it first and it's a bit tricky. And if the bar was filled during Psycho Man's special attacks, it cycles after the attack is finished. So that's a good, it's actually pretty good, because if you like want to use your SP2 to apply heal block, you need to be in a specific mode, and this is actually pretty good. And Psychoman's abilities change depending on the current control box he is, the current mode he is. So let's talk about hate first. When he's in hate, opponents fight more aggressively and suffer passive concussion during heavy charge and heavy attack, reducing ability accuracy by minus 75%. So yeah, it's pretty good. 75%, it's a lot. But then we have another ability with hate. So if we are striking the opponent while they are executing or recovering from a heavy charge or attack, it grants us 18% of a bar of power. So yeah, it's pretty good. 18% of a bar of power whenever we like bait a heavy attack and go in after. It's pretty good. And also, if you are in hate and you use an SP1, we inflict the opponent with a shock debuff, dealing 463 energy damage over 6 seconds, stacking up to 6 times. Wow, that's crazy, 6 times. And we inflict an additional shock for each Fury on Psychoman. And I will explain how you can get Furies with Psychoman later. Oh, actually, if you use your SP2 and you are in hate, you gain the Fury, so there's your answer. And yeah, you gain a Fury buff for 14.5 seconds, increasing attack by 463, stacking up to 2 times. So you can get 2 Furies, and whenever you swap modes, you refresh the Fury. So if you want to swap modes, it's pretty good. And these Furies refresh. Oh yeah, that's what I've said. And yeah, so yeah, it's pretty good. But let's move over to the next mode. We have Fear. And whenever we have Fear active, opponents are 70% more likely to use a special attack and suffer passive concussion during special attacks, reducing ability accuracy by minus 75%. So if the opponent like activates something whenever he uses an SP2 or an SP1, he probably won't get it. So if he has a buff, actually, so who activates buff for his special attacks? I don't remember anyone top of my head, but they have minus 75% ability accuracy reduction. So it's pretty good. And then you can have the concussion as well. If you're fighting mutants, they are never gonna get anything. I'm trying to remember though who has maybe, I don't know, Sorcerer Supreme. I don't know why I can't remember. Oh, actually Doom has a passive Fury, so it might actually not work on his SP3. And yeah, Fear is a good mode to be in, because you also, if you're striking the opponent while they are recovering from a special attack, it grants Psychoman 25% of the bar of power. So if you go in after a special attack, you're gaining 25% of bar of power that easily. Man, it's a good mode, Fear. And then if you activate a special one and you are in Fear, you inflict the opponent with a Cowardliness debuff. I think that's new, reducing special attack damage by 40% for 12 seconds. It's actually pretty good. 40% ability reduction. It's like Kingpin's, I don't know how you call it. He applies it with the SP1, it's 50% less damage. So yeah, it's a little bit bad because it's only in special attacks and 40%. But it's actually not that bad. And then if you add the special 2 and you are in Fear, you apply a passive heal block for 18 seconds. And that's what we are doing in all of the fight. We are in Fear mode and activate special 2s, apply the heal block again and again. And yeah, that's one of the best modes, like passive heal block with 18 seconds duration, and you can keep using your SP2. If it tries to regen, it's actually broken. But let's move over to the last mode, which is Doubt. So opponents fight more aggressively and are 70% less likely to use a special attack, and suffer passive concussion while blocking, reducing ability accuracy by minus 25%, not 75 but 25 this time. And then whenever we are striking the opponent while they are blocking, it grants us 8% of a bar of power. So if you do like four block hits in the block, you attack the defender in the block 4 times, you gain 32% of a bar of power. That's just crazy. Such good utility. And then if you activate your special 1, the attacker is passively unblockable and inflicts the opponent with a power drain debuff, depleting 30% of their current power over 6 seconds. That's so good. Passively unblockable as well. And a good power drain. And then if you activate your special 2, the attacker is passively unblockable again, and it deflects the opponent with a special lock debuff. So it's like, I think Grandmaster has it. If you get inflicted with a special lock debuff, you can't activate specials. It's like gray or something, and it can work pretty good because you can actually activate special 2 first, lock the opponent from using any special attacks, then spam him with heavy attacks in the corner until it's about to fall off, and then just use the recipe 1 to power drain him. It's so good. It's actually amazing. And if you activate your special 3, you inflict a stun debuff and the power lock passive on the opponent for 3 seconds. So we got a stun as well in SP3. And during the opponent's next special attack, they suffer passive concussion, reducing ability accuracy by minus 100%, and passive weakness, reducing attack rating by 50%. That's actually crazy. That's so good. So yeah, this guy has a lot of utility. He's actually so good. But we are 600 hits in, and yeah, we couldn't finish the fight because yeah, it would be like more than 2000 hits. But this guy honestly is one of the best heal blocks you can bring in the game, to be honest. I don't think that there's anyone better. Maybe Warlock is pretty good, but this guy has a passive heal block. It's just crazy, and the special lock is pretty amazing. I don't think anyone has that. His heavy attack doesn't do anything, but yeah, he's got a lot of things. So yeah guys, I think Psychoman is a great champion. Now I don't know about his damage because we only see it as a 3-star, but if he's got decent damage, his utility is actually amazing. So I'm a fan of Psychoman, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.